For IUSTV Sports, I'm Andrew Garrison. Alongside Kenny Bruntlett, let's go around the cylinder. Number 25, Indiana just lost to number 6, Nebraska inside Wilkinson Hall by a score of 34-5. Jacob Moran, though, opens up the afternoon with a win at 125 pounds for the Hoosiers. Then, Nebraska won 9 consecutive individual matches en route to the team triumph, continuing their trend of losing to the top-ranked teams, but winning against all of the teams ranked below them. Now for the second half of the cylinder, Kenny Bruntlett. I'm Andrew Garrison for IUSTV Sports here inside Wilkinson Hall after number 6 Nebraska beat number 25 Indiana by a score of 34-5 in today's wrestling duel. Nebraska rattled off 9 consecutive victories to secure the team triumph, but the day began with a win for Indiana at 125 pounds with Jacob Moran's technical fault. Against redshirt freshman Cale Lauritsen, Moran tirelessly chased takedowns, swiftly swinging the early lead and accompanying momentum to the side of the home team. The win at 125 pounds would be the only win for the Hoosiers, as the Cornhuskers rattled off 9 straight to secure the team triumph. Despite the loss, Hoosier head coach Angel Escobedo was optimistic after the meet.
For us, it was, how can we compete against the best, and let's see if we can test them and try to win matches. And I thought, for the most part, we put ourselves in those positions. It was just the close calls, the close takedowns that just got away that, kind of flipped the script where they won.
Although the Hoosiers missed many opportunities to complete takedowns, the Indiana lineup never lacked a sense of urgency or intensity. Regardless of the team score, the Hoosiers fought for all 7 minutes of each and every match, drawing on the energy of the crowd every step of the way. No bout better represented that idea than the last one when freshman heavyweight Matt Kowalski overachieved against the polarizing and eccentric number 4 AJ Ferrari. Kowalski, who has competed in just 2 duels so far this year, received immense support from the home fans and battled to a regular decision loss in a match that was expected to deliver bonus points to the visiting team. Even so, the Cornhuskers won the day in emphatic fashion, continuing its trend of losing to the nation's best but blasting those ranked below them. As postseason competition nears, Indiana looks ahead to the final Big Ten duel of the season at home against Purdue on Friday night. For IUSTV Sports, I'm Andrew Garrison. For the Hoosier Network, I'm Andrew Garrison here on Andy Moore Field after Indiana beat Notre Dame 11-1 in 5 innings. The first inning and a half of competition between the Hoosiers and the Fighting Irish was very even. Both teams were most successful with small ball early in the evening. Indiana sophomore Josie Bird's sacrifice fly allowed junior Ellie Van Brandt to be the first to tap home plate in the first inning. Notre Dame responded in the top of the second inning with Tenley Sweet driving in Sydney Poeck with an RBI single. Freshman Aubrey Hook started in the circle for the Hoosiers but was replaced by sophomore Ella Trout shortly after the Fighting Irish leveled the score. The bottom of the second inning is when Indiana leapt to the lead it would never look back from.
We had small ball and base running, 3 stolen bases. We did a little bit of everything. Bang the fences, clutch hit, small ball, good pitching, good defense. We're playing our best ball right now. We got to keep it rolling.
The Hoosiers scored 2 unearned runs, in part due to Notre Dame's defensive miscues. Fighting Irish infielders couldn't connect in the game's most critical moments. Indiana suddenly and swiftly established its control over the contest as a result. In the next 3 innings, Trout pitched with authority and Notre Dame sent no more than 3 batters to the box in each frame. Indiana, on the other hand, prospered. Indiana head coach Shonda Stanton has spoken about the importance of the big inning all season long, and today, the 4th inning, is where the Hoosiers broke the game wide open, with 8 runners crossing home plate. The Notre Dame pitching staff faced 12 batters in the 4th frame, with Alex Cooper's grand slam lifting the home team to run rule range.
We own this state, so it's just a fun thing to do and see.
The Hoosiers pieced together a pair of insurance runs before officially ending the game early on defense. The win marks Indiana's 18th by run rule this season as it cruises in the direction of the postseason with confidence and swagger. On Wednesday, the Hoosiers travel to Louisville to challenge the Cardinals in search of a 6th consecutive victory. After finishing in 7th place a year ago, the Ride-On Cycling women's team is poised to make the leap from a great team to an elite one at the 38th Women's Little 500. In 2025, Ride-On qualified in 10th place and remained relevant while steadily improving its position throughout the race. Ride-On's team captain, senior Maddie Coggin, believes the experience of her squad will generate an advantage.
We're going to be a race team of 3 experienced riders now, and minimum of 3 experienced riders. And I think just all that preparation will really set us up to hopefully succeed as best we can.
It's no secret that the Ride-On women know how to compete and know how to succeed on race day. According to Coggin, the team is capable of success for more than just its experience. The Ride-On ladies also exhibit incredible team chemistry.
I think a lot of team rides together really helps build some team spirit. I think we all have a ton of fun together.
The team chemistry made a noticeable impact on Ride-On's qualifying performance this year. At practice qualifications, the team certainly displayed desirable speed, but struggled with exchanges. When the day to officially log a qualifying time came, Ride-On was flawless. Now it looks to mimic the improvement of positions seen in last year's race by turning this year's improvements made in March into triumphant success in April. A year's worth of preparation, dedication, and anticipation will culminate in the 38th Women's Little 500 on April 24th. Starting in 8th place and on the 3rd row, Ride-On cycling is certainly worthy of the attention and respect of every team on the track.
Now, the Game 3 is actually going to be tipping off while we're here at Beckley's studio, so we can make some predictions, and we'll see how that shapes out once this episode eventually comes out. But Andrew, I mean, how much pressure is on this Game 3 for Phoenix? I mean, it has to be a win, a do or die, right?
Absolutely, because going down 3-0, a huge deal, especially understanding that there's multiple games in Las Vegas still left to be played. But Daisy, I think you make a great point about the home court advantage in Phoenix, where this Mercury team has won their last 3 postseason games at home this season, 3 out of their 4 in the postseason this year. And I also want to address that about a possession is the difference in Game 1, right? Where Alyssa Thomas, if she doesn't miss those free throws, it's likely this is a 1-1 series, and we're having a completely different conversation right now. And knowing how great that Mercury crowd is, knowing how great the Mercury have been at home, I absolutely think Phoenix is still in this series. I personally think it's going the distance, and I think that tonight in Game 3, that's where Phoenix has to prove that. You mentioned Alyssa Thomas' aggressiveness. There's no way to stop Aja Wilson, I'll say, defensively for the Mercury, in my opinion. But if the Mercury can put up enough points on the board on the other end, it's a new conversation, a new series, and I think that's what we're going to see tonight.
Now, Andrew, when I look at the Aces, they were taken to 5 games by a pretty beat-down Indiana Fever team that even throughout the series saw more injuries happen. Got to give the Fever a little shout-out. Is this a team that, come a couple years from now, is going to be making their run to the finals?
I would say next year this is the team that's going to be making their run, because when you look at the Fever, the adversity over the course of the season doesn't just come with the injuries. It comes with when you add superstars like at the time DeWanna Bonner and Sophie Cunningham. You can't just coalesce a team like that and expect it to work right away. And Sophie Cunningham was coming off injury. She hadn't quite found her shot yet. Aaliyah Boston improved a lot over the course of the season. And so I think going into next year and beyond, you see a team that when it has all of its superstars back and all healthy, and when you have a team that has improved in some of these players that didn't get injured, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, they've stepped into their role, understand what they're capable of, understand their role on the team, and then you just add in Caitlin Clark, and you add in Sophie Cunningham, and you add in all of these players, and I can imagine that next year, fingers crossed, if healthy, this Fever team is going to be one that we're talking about this time of the calendar.
I really feel like the Mercury lost their chance to make some noise after that Game 1 kind of, I mean, to put it lightly, collapse. But Andrew, your predictions?
I'll go against the grain here. I'll say Aces in 7. I think that the Mercury, and as with any team that has a great home crowd advantage, I think that the Mercury are going to shoot better, look better, and feel better tonight and, of course, in Game 4. So I see the Mercury evening this series out and really continuing the conversation. I think that a lot of situations where you saw Jackie Young hit the big shots, Chelsea Gray hit the big shots that you mentioned, I think that's Satu Sabli at home in Phoenix. It's different on the road, and I think that's going to show itself as the series flips back to Phoenix. And I believe it'll go the distance, but I believe that it'll end up with the Aces winning. I have the home team winning every game. That championship mentality, that winning mentality, what Aja Wilson has done before in winning championships, what Becky Hammon has done before in winning championships, Chelsea Gray, all of these sort of the superstars of this franchise, I imagine they'll come out on top and really show the world that you never know what's going to happen, because the Aces did look like they were going to miss the playoffs a little bit earlier in the year.